Despite missed deadlines and a deadlock over wording, the parliamentary process to amend the constitution to allow for land expropriation without compensation has taken 2 significant steps forward. Now, last week, the draft bill was adopted by the ad hoc committee looking into this, albeit with objections from the DA, among others. And today, the committee adopted its report on the bill. Now, both the bill and the report need to go to the National Assembly now. Committee Chair Dr. Motshekga joins us to tell us more. Good evening and thank you very much for your time. So this has been 2 years of hard, difficult work for the ad hoc committee to get it to this point. What happens now with the bill and the report on the bill?
Burdett, I must say today is a great day for the people of South Africa, both black and white, because the ad hoc committee on the amendment of Section 25 has adopted the report on the amendment of Section 25 with overwhelming majority. The adoption of this report confirmed the respect of the will of the people by the majority of parties represented in Parliament. This has opened the door for Parliament to consider and adopt the Constitution 18th Amendment Bill, which seeks to make land equitably accessible to all South Africans, regardless of race, class, gender, and creed.
All right. So the problem, of course, is that while the report and the bill in the ad hoc committee have been approved by a majority, to actually change the constitution is going to take a 2/3 majority in Parliament. So isn't this bill dead in the water before it's even got to the National Assembly?
It is not dead in the water because we expect that all political parties represented in Parliament understand that they are there because the people put them there. So the adopted bill has been consulted on in all the provinces, and our people, black and white, were invited to make written and oral submissions. So any political party that respects the people of South Africa and the will of the people of South Africa will see the importance of voting for this bill.
It was a tricky process to navigate because the political parties have very different views on land expropriation and how it should be carried out. One of the big issues was with the EFF, and the ANC needs the EFF really to try and get that 2/3 majority. And they were pushing for state custodianship to be mentioned as part of the amendment. Could you just explain to us how that conversation ended and what was the compromise, if you will, at the end of it?
People must understand that state custodianship is not a new thing. For instance, all communal land is in the custody of the state, but for the benefit of the people. So state custodianship doesn't mean nationalization, and it doesn't mean that the state must own the land and turn the citizens into tenants in the land of their birth. So I think that the differences we had on state custodianship was informed by ignorance of the meaning of state custodianship. But by inviting the public to make written submissions, the public itself has clarified the meaning of state custodianship, and it shouldn't be an issue any longer.
All right. So then why did, and I'm reading from a News24.com report, that apparently the EFF chief whip Floyd Shivambu described the bill as, quote, nonsensical. Did he say that?
You know, we respect the the opinions of everybody. But we think that opinions must be informed opinions. Somebody who absents himself from committee proceedings 5 times, and at the end, when those who have been participating take informed decisions, decisions informed by public hearings, and then such a person says, this is nonsensical. This is an insult to the people of South Africa and all political parties in parliament. You will see that, where the DA, the Freedom Front Plus, for instance, have been consistently participating. But even where you differ with them, they explain their position. And even today, when we adopted the bill, they were there. And those who came just to come and rubbish the process were also welcome to be there. But we are bound by the will of the people, and we consulted with the people. The people want equitable access to the land, and we are forging ahead. We are proud that the people are behind the positions that were adopted.
Very quickly, just talk to me about timeframes. So the bill and this report now goes to the National Assembly, and of course, nothing is going to happen until after the local government elections now set down for the 1st of November. How quickly do you expect this matter to be voted on?
The matter is now in the hands of the Programming Committee of Parliament and the leadership of Parliament. But we are happy that it will take some time. The Parliament is rising on Friday, when that will give political parties to go to their principals and say what has happened, and so that when the matter is tabled in Parliament, all political parties will have had enough time to prepare. And those who are unreasonable, those who don't respect the will of the people, will be exposed in that process. But we are happy that under the capable leadership of the previous Speaker, Thandi Modise, and the capable leadership of Speaker Honorable Maphisa Nqakula, we were granted extensions to make sure that we take the people of South Africa on board and we listen to them. And the current bill and the report are informed by what the people told us. Lastly, I just want to say this process was not an EFF and ANC process. It was a people's process. So we give high regard to the will of the people of South Africa, and we are forging ahead, and we are quite confident that those who are respectful to the will of the people will vote with us.
All right. Well, thank you very much. That was ad hoc committee chair. Of course, for 2 years, they have been looking at the wording of the Constitution and how it might change to allow for expropriation without compensation. That was Dr. Motshekga.